It's actually really cold today, but it's not raining, that's good. And I guess for the stuff I read today, at first all these headlines I was reading was, okay, what's going on? Did someone get killed by a drone or something where people want change? Apparently it's the other way around. You make it so restrictive and stuff, it can actually prevent people from using it in a good way, potentially saving a life. Like for example, for today, these headlines of the news story, this one says, NYC lawmakers pushing to overturn 1948 law, allow drones to do building inspections. And then like this one saying, officials want drones inspecting NYC buildings after falling debris death. So from what I gather, somebody got killed with falling debris from a building, and they're saying they should be using drones to do inspections. It says here, city officials are pushing for new legislation that would have drones inspecting the facades of buildings over New York City. And a bit more details about it, specifically about the accident. It said Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams and members of the City Council held a press conference on Sunday to propose the idea. It came days after 60-year-old architect Erica Tishman was killed by debris that had fallen off a building near Times Square. We could have, I believe, prevented the death if that drone was in the air and able to identify in that building exactly where you saw the corrosion, Adams said. Adam and the council members are pushing to reverse a current ban on drones in the city. Adam also criticized the NYPD, saying it was hesitant department is standing in the way of progress. The New York City Police Department is reluctant to allow this technology to move forward. So that's kind of interesting to hear. I thought police officers in general and their departments want to use drones, but it's the other way around where people like general citizens don't want them to because of spying. So that's kind of interesting to read. And I guess it says like in the other article here, it says, we need to get creative. Councilman Justin Brennan said, some city council members want to lift building inspections in New York City to new heights. They want to check for problems by air, not with helicopters, but with things much smaller. The city needs to embrace drone technology. It will require the Department of Buildings to conduct an initial drone inspection within 48 hours of 311 complaint or DOB violation, Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams said. The push to fast-track the proposals are coming as a result of Tuesday's falling debris death of architect Erica Tishman as she walked on West 49th Street near 7th Avenue. What happened to Erica Tishman appeared to be completely avoidable tragedy. Inspectors issued a violation back in April. Erica was killed December, Brennan said. Drones can get in close where inspectors cannot, and before costly scaffolding needs to be put up. While other smaller cities can use them for building inspections, due to an outdated law, drone usage remains complex in New York City, and our city has been behind there, said Zachary Hecht of Tech NYC. But some in the Big Apple worry about adding to the crowded airspace and the potential for drone-related terror attacks. I wouldn't like to see it, one man said. I think it might cause some chaos and confusion. The speaker at Sunday's event said the old 1948 law, which requires that all aircraft take off and land in a location designated for flight by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, essentially the city's two airports, prevented them from doing a demonstration with a drone in the air. Instead, it had to stay on the table. And with that comment there, I guess that's the general debate. Do you allow people to use a technology like that where you could use it in a really good way, or do you say no because of one, I guess, type of fear, or whatever you want to say, like in this case, potentially a terrorist using a drone? Is that really a reason to say don't use it for like building inspections and stuff like that as well? It's a little unfortunate, as you often say, is that what it takes, for example, to get people to stop freaking out, like about the tech in general? I mean, just look at how many things we have in life that I guess like in this article you could say a terrorist could use, yet so many people still use whatever it may be. A car on the road? Can you imagine saying that? Like, oh my god, someone could use that for a deadly purpose, whatever, and because of that, no one should ever use it? Even like here in Canada, what, you ban the tech or make ridiculous laws because someone has like a nightmare scenario of a consumer drone crashing into like an airplane with hundreds of passengers? Yet honestly, there should be balance where it's the other way around too. Imagine having a nightmare scenario where someone like myself could save someone's life with a drone, lost hiker or whatever. I mean, that's going to be on your hand as well, saying, hey, ban this and people can't use it to help people in a great way. I mean, in my opinion, it's just a tool, ultimately. Makes me wonder too, just in terms of that comment about drones not being able to fly them because I guess you could say they're classified as a traditional aircraft in many ways. And like in that case, they couldn't take off because of the airport, etc., etc. Would that actually be one of the key solutions? Is to stop classifying every single drone like it's a huge manned aircraft? So what's the right balance, I guess you could say? I still think too, just in general, there's more good that could be done with the tech, and it'll be more positive, I guess, stories out of people using it in their everyday life as opposed to the negative, which in my opinion makes it more worth it to have more lax laws, so to speak. If you're using, like, say, a big drone, you're flying it in the kind of the same manner as, like, say, a manned aircraft, the same path and all that, then yeah, treat it like those big commercial ones, like a quote aircraft, but not for something like this, in my opinion. If you're just doing it for an inspection for a building, it's way different. At first I was like, what are they doing? Giving the duck like a neck massage or something? And then afterwards I'm like, is that what I think is going on? Alright, see you guys later.